we have so much newness in front of me today, and I have nothing on my face. The reason that I have nothing on my face is because we are going to take a look at the 2 new takeaway sets from Chanel, and we're going to look at the Prada Powder. This is the new powder. This is it's called Prada Reset Rebalancing Setting Powder. Now, it has, of course, green. One of the reasons I decided to pick it up, one, I love pretty much everything Prada has come out with lately, but 2, I have redness in my skin, which is why I have nothing on my face right now. I wanted to see if we use this powder on my skin with nothing else, if it would actually combat some of the redness. So I'm going to put it on before I put anything else on today. We're going to see how it works. We're going to let it sit in, and then we'll take a look at the 2 new Chanel takeaways. So the powder is bigger than I thought it was going to be, the palette, which is great. It's the same palette, the same design as the eyeshadows, and it is 0.24 ounces. I don't smell anything that I can discern anyway. They consider this a universal shade. Again, it's green. In my swatch, it doesn't, come off like much. But let's see what it does. Again, I have bare skin. Nothing on my skin at all. It has a nice texture to it. Smooth, silky. I'm putting it on the areas of my face that I think I have the most redness, which is here on my chin and right, like in this area here. Yeah, I do think it does combat the redness in my skin and makes a nice finish. All the redness isn't gone, but it definitely diffuses the redness. There is no doubt. And if you're somebody who goes out a lot without makeup, or you don't want a lot of makeup, it's the Rebalancing Setting Powder. It says it's a matte look, instant soft focus effect, all day shine control, extends makeup wear, and sweat resistant. So if you just put it on bare skin, I definitely think you get a soft focus look. Now, I don't have any other green powders. I have lavender powders. I have pink powders. I don't have a green powder that I can think of. I'll look, but I was pretty positive I didn't have a green powder. So let's look at the new takeaways. So there is the Nature takeaway, and then there is the City Break takeaway. Both of them have the shades that seem to be popular this year. If you are on TikTok, there's this thing called the Brat Summer. Chartreuse is the color of that. Chartreuse and this orange have been popular actually for quite some time. Both shades are sort of in the popular culture right now from different brands, not just Chanel. So the Nature Getaway one has the ones that have like the orange and the orange bag in it. As you can see, in that is a Balm Essential, a Cocoa Flash, a single eyeshadow, and a liquid liner. And then in the green one, which is the City Break, you have the flesh-colored nail polish, which is that orange, that corally orange. You have the 2 tenues, one in a brown and one in a bright orange. And then you have the lac for the lid in the minty, chartreusey green. It's not really chartreuse, it's a little bit more like mint, but you can see in the swatches. Each one of them is $195. And my understanding, according to Chanel, again, you never absolutely know, but according to Chanel, these are unique to these sets. You've got the green set and the orange set, and I'll show you them, the bags that come with them in just a second. These are limited edition to these sets, all of the shades. So I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've been told. So these are limited edition shades for these sets, and they're not going to be sold apart from that. So this is the City Break bag. Looks like a little lunch bag. It has the snap there. This is just plastic, and guys, on the inside, it's not even like felt. It's not. This is not a luxurious item. It is cute. It is kitschy. I like the fact that Chanel's doing something different. I have complained for years that Chanel is like stead and just does not do anything different. So when they do something different, I want to be like, yay. So, but this is not super luxurious. It's cute. It's plasticky though. It's not like a super expensive gift. The Tenues are some of my favorite lip products of all time. These are what long-wearing lipsticks worked for me. These are what they were before they came up with long-wearing lipsticks. These things really work, and they don't dry out your lips like most long-wearing lipsticks do. The shades, the brown and the orange, are not really my shades, although I think I can pull off the brown in the fall. But if you like the shades, you know, they're supposedly not going to be available outside of this gift set. And then the lac in the green. Now they call this, and I'll give you the names in just a second for all of this, Grasshopper, which makes sense. The Tenues are Erotica and Defendu and Erotica. Those are those. And then the nail polish is in Flesh. Flesh is a very bright orange. I tried to put it on my nails, but the problem with putting it on my nails is at the moment my nails are very deep blue, and trying to put this on over it just does not work. So you can just see it's a very bright orange, very similar to the Tenue that's in that set. It's actually a beautiful shade. I'm not big on like an orange, but it's like a creamy, pinky orange a little bit. When I can put it on my nails, I will. But again, it's a really pretty shade. I think it's very similar to this. Then in the Nature Getaway set, you have the orange plastic little bag. Again, it's cute. It's just that it's not like, it's a plasticky feeling thing. You have the Balm Essential, and you have the Balm Essential in Morning Dew. We have the Cocoa Flash in Bezos. And then the liner, so all the swatches, and the shadow. Now I think of these, the shadow is probably my favorite. It's really pretty. It's a satin, but it's got some like sparkle to it. So I think that's a really unique shade. Both of these things, you've got the lac, the two Tenues, the nail polish, the eyeshadow, the balm, the liner, and the Cocoa Flash. For $200, that's about what these things would cost for the items. So if you're buying them for the items, the limited edition nature of the shades and the products, then I think they are worth it. If you're buying them for the bags, in my opinion, they're just a cute little like throw in. I don't think they're, you know, super special. Do I think they're cute? Yes, I think they're cute. I have a ton of Chanel stuff, so these will go really cute on the vanity and all that, but for me, that's not really the selling point. For me, it was the limited edition nature of the shades, and that they would be unique. So that's why I wanted it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to keep my face as is. I actually think the powder has done a really good job, and I'll put on a little bit of concealer and stuff, but to finish things up. But I think what we'll do is just concentrate on the products in here. We'll use the Balm Essential, which I'm not a huge fan of the Balm Essential. The reason I'm not a fan is they don't set down on me. I don't know why, but they just don't. Like on me, they stay kind of sticky, which is weird, but they do. So again, this is in Morning Dew. It has kind of like the pinkish coral shade. It's a pretty shade. It's actually very pretty. I wouldn't say, like I said, it doesn't seem to set down on me. Don't know why. Let's do the flash. This is in kisses. It means kisses. Bisou.
Bisous. Bisous.
Bisou. Bisou. Kisses. Yeah, it's a very pretty pink shade. It has a little bit of that pinky coral, like the bag, like the eyeshadow. I think it's very similar. All right, then we'll take the eyeshadow. We'll put the eyeshadow on the side. I'll do the green lac on the side. It's gonna look weird, but at least you can see both of them. Yeah, this definitely has sparkle to it, even though it's it says it's a satin. There's glitter in here. It's very pretty. And the shade name is Rose in Hand. Not my shade necessarily. I'm not really like a pinky person. It's gonna make blue eyes pop though, I will say that. But there's definitely little pieces of glitter and I do have fallout. Not a lot, but there's fallout from it. All right, and then the liner on this one, this is in Heartbeat, and Heartbeat is this bright coral. Actually goes on pinkier than coral. Yeah, it's got like a pink kind of shade, like an electric pink almost. That's the Nature Getaway. The eyeshadow, Rose in Hand, the Heartbeat liner, the Cocoa Flash, and then I've got the Balm Essentials on both, so you can see them in Morning Dew. Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna take the green. This is Grasshopper. I'll lay it on the eyes. Now, the way I like to use this product from Chanel is I put it on the eye kind of like all over, let it sit for a second, get a nice covering, and then go back in and be more purposeful about where you want it. And then let it dry. You've got to let it dry. If you do not let it dry, it will, if you don't let it set down, it will like completely transfer. So you can't, you got to keep your eye closed. Once it sets down, it's going to stay, but you got to make sure it sets down. I think that's pretty good. For the purposes of today, that'll be fine. So this is a very bright chartreuse lime grasshopper green. I actually think it's beautiful. I think as an accent, it's stunning. Like you could use this just on the inner corner of the eye, or you could use this or all over the eye, like I just did. I do think it's beautiful, but I mean, this is definitely, both of these are, you know, bright shades outside of what Chanel usually does, which again, I gotta give it to them because it's not usually what they do. All right, now we're gonna use the Tenue in Erotica. You know what? Let's use the Tenue in the brown because I think that's what people are gonna be worried about.
Defendu.
Defendu, which is defended. Interesting choice for a shade name. Defended. That's what it sounds like, Defendu. So the way these work is you put the shade on your lips. Yeah, the smell's like a little bit like chocolate. It's nice. I'm sure that's not what it is, but it still smells. All right, now here's the gloss side. And then you leave it on for a little bit and it's gonna stay really well. Now, is it transfer proof? No, you will get some transfer, but not a ton, and it doesn't make my lips hurt like a lot of long wearing, you know, long wear lipsticks do. So I'll let it dry down. I'll put on a little bit of foundation and put on some mascara, and we'll come back and talk about the collections. So look is done. Obviously, this is not my traditional look. from Chanel. I think you could make all of these things much more subtle, but I wanted to show you the shades. The lipstick is deep, guys. You can see the outline. It is deep, there's no doubt, but you could wear this as pale as I am in the fall, in the winter, if you're going for a certain look. I mean, it would have to be a certain look, but you could do it. The Balm Essential is, like I said, still sticky. Just never dries down on me. I don't know why. But it's a pretty shade. It's this, you know, pinky, corally shade that corresponds with the rest of the set. The eyeshadow is glittery. The Rose in Hand. It's very pretty, but it does have like a glitter to it. The liner is like almost like a bright pink. It is pinker than the other shades. The other shades have more of that orange in it. At least on me, it goes more pink, and that's Heartbeat. And then the lac in Grasshopper is quite beautiful. Again, it is that very bright chartreuse green, but it's very pretty. If you're looking for something like that, you know, it's like it kind of has like an opalescence to it, which is very, very nice. The lacs work like the lacs always work. I'll be interested to try the orange shade. The nail polish is this bright orange, reddish orange. It's very pretty. It's going to be similar to the lac. I'll pull up the swatches again. I think both sets are really unique, very different. These orange and green shades seem to be, you know, popular. They'll go with the liners that came out as well. There is a contour stylo that came out with the orange overseas. It's not here in the United States. So I think these shades are, you know, fit with the rest of the collections. The Prada Powder, I think it absolutely did have a blurring effect, a soft matte effect. I think it did tone down the redness. I would be the kind of person who could just wear this without anything else. I mean, I don't need the foundation. I put on a little bit of Merit foundation stick. But I think if you put it on over foundation, you're going to have even more of that effect. You can see it instantly mattifies and instantly tones down color. I mean, it works pretty quick. So I really like this powder. It feels very silky. It's very, very smooth. It definitely has this green cast to it. So for me, it took out the redness pretty quick. I don't know how it will work on a deeper skin tone. I'm very pale. So, you know, on me, I think it works great. I would need some blush and bronzer to you know, liven up my skin a little bit because I am so pale with this deep lip. It looks kind of severe. But I would tell you that the powder itself, you can just see how it took away all the redness. We'll have to see how it sits and how it sets on the skin. But so far, again, I look very pale. Well, I am pale, but with a deep lip. But I think if I had bronzer and some blush on, I think that the powder really neutralized the redness in my skin. It's very silky, very smooth. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.